And welcome back, Crypto Hulk. Yes, another episode of finding out what the heck is going on with crypto globally. This is starting to look pretty good. I'm not going to go over the article just a second, but Fidelity Investments, one of the biggest investment companies in the world, they're working on retail investments like us, people like you and me. That's the first time I've ever heard of this. So, I think a lot of this is all coming together, especially with retail. We're getting the crypto regulations rolling in. I got a couple articles on some countries with crypto regs, okay? You've got Fidelity now setting up investments for people like you and me to get into crypto. That's never happened before that I'm aware of. How can I say this? Stellar, XLM, under the guise of IBM and Hyperledger. Stellar is stealth. It's quiet and secret. It's not like XRP, Ripple making big moves in the world and stuff. Stellar is the quiet one. That's really for the little people. SME, small, medium enterprise kind of business stuff. Ripple's one who's like out there in the forefront because that's where all the money is going to get moved, the big money and stuff. So we're going to go over some of this. I'm seeing a trend today on stellar and smaller money. So that's right about where we fit into all this. Okay, first you get the banks, first you get the countries, then after that you work on the little people to tie it all together. Okay. So I'm going to go over a disclaimer first, and then we'll start in on the news. We'll do the open show. My name is Crypto Hulk. I'm not a financial advisor. Let's see. I'm not a crypto advisor, not a lawyer, nothing. The whole show is a complete lie. I make everything up. It's make-believe, except I've got Zaya Rum, Z-A-Y-A, one half of a Coca-Cola, one shot of Zaya, and that's liquid gold, by the way. Ice, I got filtered ice in there. Really good. I'll show you the bottle later on the members only show if you're interested and you want to buy some. The people that have tried it, absolutely love it. So let's see. If I tell you to do something, don't do it. Okay, no matter what, don't do it. Don't listen to anything I say. All right, ResBuild 52. Last night's show was an eye-opener. Thanks for all the deep research. So what this person's talking about, everybody, is the members-only show where you had to be a member to watch it. It's mind-blowing. You need to watch that one. You need to become a member and watch that one. Pretty fucking amazing, okay? Brody Athey, thanks for your repeat donations. Appreciate that. Looks like we've got a new member. Let's see who it is. Sean W. 2.0. Welcome to members video live stream. Okay, so Sean's learning here to get even more. I mean, you can always learn from like almost any channel. Somebody has to have something for you to learn, but the one who did the dirty mute. Good leadership isn't about advancing yourself, but advancing your team before trying to throw someone under the bus. Make sure you remember who helped drive it. So anyhow, what this channel does, for 2.5 years, I have a crypto channel. It's about teaching people how to transform their lives. Pretty much what the channel's about. I offer a basic crypto channel. People get on here all around the world. They come and go. Some of them learn a certain amount of things and then poof, gone. That's fine. The channel's here for people all around the world to look at, to learn from. And pretty soon I'll have some seminars set up too. I got some local seminars of some business leaders that want to hear crypto. So, and that'll probably help increase some membership. I'm going to hold the free seminar There'll probably be a series of about 3 to 4 of them, and it's just for informational, teach people basically about crypto and that kind of thing. So I'll do some videos of it and post it on the channel so people can see. I'm not going to do probably the whole 1 hour show. Actually, I might live stream it. I'm going to see if I can find somebody maybe to do all the camera work for me, because I'll be teaching people that really don't know anything about crypto. I'll be teaching them. Brody Athey, member for 2 months. Remember, don't watch the dumb shit channels. No NFT. Don't buy art. Don't buy any of those gold cards. Get a ledger, says Crypto Hulk. Yeah, that's basically it. Like, the other channels, they have to like sell crap. So, I mean, that's it. I mean, if they're not members, like this channel is member supported. So there's nothing, I don't sell anything that's going to get you wrecked. These other channels, all these things I would not, I mean, I've already gone over them. Sometimes I'll go over particularly how you're going to get wrecked, but it's just, instead of spending like $1,000 on an art painting, buy 3,000 XRP. It's that simple. And that art painting for $1,000 in 2 or 3 years, you'll make about $300 to $400 in 2 years. With the XRP, you probably make like 3 or 4 million. So, I mean, do you want to make 3 or 400 or 3 or 4 million? The answer, 3 to 4 million. So just don't buy into that dumb shit they got in these channels. Okay. Let's start here with Fidelity. This is an important one. So what we've seen for the longest time is wholesale, wholesale, wholesale. Everything was about XRP, Ripple, going around the world, lining up contracts with central banks, all these kinds of things. Now, finally, we're seeing like the court case that's fake. I think we're kind of seeing it coming to an end, like on a tail end, and that might be another 6 months, 4 to 6 months. But at least we can really see like evidence of this court case kind of ending. But this right here, I really wanted to show you. I'm gonna start off with the article here. Fidelity is rumored. So Fidelity is like a massive investment company. They're rumored they have retail crypto plans. And one of the people that, if you scroll to the end of the article, there's a guy named Mike Novogratz. If you know anything about crypto, if you don't know who Mike Novogratz is, you need to learn more about crypto. Galaxy Digital Chief Executive. So this Galaxy Digital CEO, his name is Mike Novogratz. He stirred the rumor pot during a Monday conference and he commented, "A little bird told me Fidelity is going to shift retail customers into crypto real soon." Now, what's real soon? I say probably 4 months. Okay. What all these investment companies have done, you've heard everything's about institutional investors, this and that. Fidelity's like, to my knowledge, now, I'm sure there's probably some others. What I'm saying is that, to my knowledge, in 2.5 years of being in crypto, I haven't heard barely anything about retail investors, okay? So let me go through a couple highlights here. Fidelity is said to be working towards a retail-focused crypto offering. Now, how do they know this? Because job postings on their website in recent months offer clues to what the retail services will be all about, okay? Says here, chatter around investment giant Fidelity's plans to expand its crypto footprint into a broader retail-centered customer base. Oh, wow. That's you and me. So first they get all the businesses lined up and all the banks and this and that. And at the very end, the retail customer. This is kind of like a light bulb going off saying we're just about ready. Okay. This is how I'm looking at the world of crypto. I got 10 news articles lined up at the top of my screen. I'm starting to see the trends of it. It's okay to start getting set up for retail. That's people like you and me. I think we're getting kind of near the end of all this dumb shit. I see 4 to 6 months to where we got regulations. We either probably have a massive recession ready to hit in the next 3 to 4 months. But by 4 to 6 months, I really think a lot of this regulation stuff should be done for the most part. Maybe 6 to 8 months is when we finally hit it. Because remember, we got to have global devastation. Okay, that has to happen. Once G20 countries start going into officially recessions, we are on our way. We are close, okay? They're not going to let these recessions go too long because you're going to have like civil war and shit, okay? Damn, that's some good rum. All right. Let's see here about this. What do I want to take out of the article? I'm not going to read the whole article. I'll save you the pain. Fidelity's talking about a full service grade platform for storing crypto, trading crypto, and servicing digital assets. And of course, they say such as Bitcoin and Ethereum. Well, I'm just going to keep going with this. Within Fidelity Digital's digital assets, the wallet blockchain foundations team is responsible for the back end. What do we got here? Services and API support. So in tokenization efforts. So they're getting all into this with wallet stuff. Now look, I don't think they're going to allow the people like you and me to get on like the really, really good crypto stuff until it's super expensive. This is how I'm kind of seeing it. Like, yeah, they're going to let the retail customer in. Of course they will, because they got to make money off us. But not until all these cryptos go 500 to 1,000 times the price of where they're at right now. At least. Then they'll let us in. I think how it'll be in the beginning is all the dumb shit crypto, whether they're securities, commodities, whatever it might be, they're going to make up terms for whatever we can't even imagine right now. How I see it going down is initially we will get to buy all the dumb shit crypto, okay, that nobody wants or whatever. All the good stuff we've been talking about for 2.5 years on my program will not be available right away for retail unless you're an accredited investor, meaning you're worth at least $1 million. Now they might bump that up to 10 million. That's the rumor that I've heard. So for you to be able to buy crypto in the future, they might raise it to where you have to be worth 10 million just to get it. So what we got here, though, this is the first I've ever seen about retail, an investment company helping retail customers like us. So this is like why I went over this article. And like I said, we're all of a sudden, now crypto's good, okay? All of a sudden now it's fucking good. This is what I've been telling you. We're getting close. When you start seeing news articles like this, we're getting close. Like before, we never heard nothing like this. Now all of a sudden, boom, retail. Fidelity's going to sell retail crypto? Like what? Yeah, that's a sign that we are almost there. We're getting closer than we ever have. Now, I don't have a time frame, but you can see like what's going on with this. Okay. Let me check I'm going to pull out maybe 1 or 2 more things on this article. Other listed roles. So they're hiring somebody. Remember, we're looking through job postings at Fidelity. That's how we're figuring this out, or the author of this article. They have other jobs listed, the roles, and it touches on crypto wallet functionalities to others. So it's almost kind of like they're looking for people to make wallets for the retail customer. Um, I think it's going to be some kind of a bank wallet. It's not, now remember, they're not going to allow people in the future to probably self custody. If they do, they're going to have your wallet number. Like, so a lot of what these banks are going to do, this is what I'm kind of seeing right now, is these investment companies, banks, whatever you want to call them, Federal Reserve, whatever. Some countries, their Federal Reserve will have wallets. Countries like ours probably will not allow it because you can't mix the federal government and banks. That's why we have a private Federal Reserve. How I think this is going down is Fidelity is going to be making wallets, and these will be like FDIC insured. So if they're hacked, it's not going to insure them if the company goes bankrupt, but it'll be something like maybe it's a security and you invest in it and they get hacked. Well, the government will guarantee your money, but it'll be a thing where, well, if the stock goes down and you lose it, you're not FDIC insured for that. So how they're going to get the public to buy into all this is they have to do a lot of insurance and wallets to keep stuff safe and everything. Just like now, I mean, no one's going to hack into like Wells Fargo investments and shit. Like even if they did, the government would come in and bail shit out. So that's what's going on at Fidelity. They're getting all set up with their wallets and getting retail customers to come in to buy dumb shit. See, now's the opportunity. Now, for the past 2.5 years, I've been teaching you over and over about the ISO 20022 compliant cryptos. I went over probably a few months ago, CeeLo, Quant, stuff like that, IOTA. And if you're interested, you can go back and look at some of those videos. And, those are the ones that I would trust. If I was going to invest, I'd get those. It's going to be a little tricky. The tricky part is finding the wallets to hold these things while not keeping them on exchanges. That's the goal. If you have to get a software wallet, I'd rather do that than keep my stuff on an exchange for sure. All right. But this is what's going down. They're getting everything set up for retail. It says here, retail focused plans. Okay. That's like getting you and me into this crypto stuff. That will be the end of that article. Let me just check some quick comments on that and do the next. It's a nice goal. I've seen. Does anyone have an opinion on how they will deal with the private coins like Monero or Pirate? Heather, it's like, if it's not regulated, our government's not going to allow people to trade with stuff. I mean, you could find a government. There's a government somewhere in the world that'll take that or whatever, but our government will make it illegal. Now, they'll make it illegal for any, because you can't do like anti-money laundering, know your customer on anonymous coins. That's not a possibility. Got it? So you'll be they'll allow you to own it and buy it, sure, but you can't use it in countries that have anti-money laundering and know your customer. Got it? So just like Russia said, oh, you can buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, and you can buy all you want, but you can't use it in the country. So that's how I see Monero and different privacy coins. The government be like, well, since we can't stop it, you can buy whatever you want. Grocery store there, but our government will say this, but there is no merchant in the United States boundaries that will accept this or you'll be, investigated by the FBI. And let's say if Safeway grocery store takes Monero, then uh, the government, the Department of Justice, will file a case against Safeway grocery store chain, put a cease and desist on any accepting of Monero for groceries. I mean, see where this is going? So they'll regulate it out. They'll let you buy it, but you can't use it anywhere. So that's what's going to happen to Monero and these other ones. All righty. Last news article. Let's go with the Hyperledger. Okay, so I did a show on this, and the reason I want you to see this is because, again, this is more retail-based news. That's us. We are finally coming in to the plan, all right? We're like the last piece of the puzzle, all the common people like you and me. Ripple's been tearing it up for like 10 years. Ripple has been out there all around the globe, linking up governments, banks, central banks, this and that. Like, I honestly feel they're pretty much done. Now, you're still going to have a lot of these poor countries that just, I don't know, can't get their shit together or whatever. And they'll still be on the SWIFT system. They'll still be able to trade, but they better link up quick in less than 2025, the year 2025, because that's when they're shutting off the old SWIFT system, and moving on to the ISO 20022. This article, again, here we go again with this Hyperledger. They're tied in with IBM and Stellar. Stellar is like the people's money, if you want to call it that, the people's bridge, okay? When you start seeing a lot of Hyperledger, IBM, they're not going to talk about Stellar. That's a secret, okay? So I'm going to say whenever you start seeing Hyperledger or IBM, and I wonder if Mojaloop in Africa, I wonder if that's IBM or Hyperledger, and if it is, that's Stellar, okay? So let me look at this article just briefly here. I'm not going to read it. I'm just going to pick out the highlights. So it appears right now that Hyperledger is really picking up customers, okay? All of a sudden now. And what that's telling us is that retail is coming in quick, okay? They've got all the big banks, they got all the big governments, this and that. Now we got to work on the little people. That's us. Now we know we're kind of getting near the end, okay? Like I said, Ripple's been doing this shit for like 10 years. It's not going to take another 10. I think we're kind of coming down near the end. And in the end, like I said, maybe 6, 8 months tops. And I really think a lot of this will pop off by then at the latest, okay? Just my guess. Just from what I'm looking at, that's why I'm making that assumption. Because before, I'm never hearing nothing about Hyperledger working with IBM and Stellar, none of that. But all of a sudden now, like, boom, Hyperledger. Next day, boom, Hyperledger. It's like, why the fuck is Hyperledger all of a sudden now on the news all the time? Because they cannot talk about Stellar. That's why. That's just my opinion. It says here, the newest members of the Hyperledger Foundation, such as Banque de France, we went over this the other day, that's Stellar, and the Central Bank of Nigeria, they're running on Stellar as well, seem to suggest that governments all over the world, listen now, are slowly opening up to blockchain technology and innovations. We have here just recently Nigeria out of Africa announced it was in the early stage talks with Binance to create a crypto-friendly economic zone. You're going to see now a lot of these little countries way out of the way, not maybe G20 countries, but they're all of a sudden now starting to get linked up. You got to get them all linked up. We can't just have 20 countries of the world running on Ripple, XRP, and then boom, okay, let's go, let's move. No, you got to have pretty much everybody. That's how this works. It's not crypto for us to be rich. It's not speculative. Like right now, everything is speculative. All the values on the cryptos do not mean a thing. if you're looking long term. If you're looking short term, oh yeah, get into something, and if it goes up high, sell it off. Okay, I don't do that. I'm not putting it down. Just I don't do that. I invested. Now I'm going to wait however long it takes. I've been waiting 2.5 years. I'm waiting for two things, and I have been. I'm not a trader. I'm a long-term investor. I'm looking for crypto regulation, and then after that will come real-world use case. That's when we get rich. Got it? So I'm not looking at the charts every day. I'm not reading off the charts every day. I don't care what the price of this and that is today. Okay. We've already learned on this program, nobody else is telling you. We've already learned on this program that half of the crypto exchanges give fake prices. Okay. So that's why I don't look over that stuff. So that article, it's a tiny little article about Hyperledger. They're basically trying to get little people or little countries up and kind of running and going kind of thing. There's no mention here of like major stuff with Hyperledger. I mean, yeah, they did some testing on it 2 to 3 years back. Bank of Japan will be using basically Stellar. I think, and I read that off. Bank of Canada was doing some experimenting and so forth. Go back a few days, you could read or watch my show with that. So just be aware that Hyperledger is Stellar, and that's going to be for retail. Let me click out of that article, check some comments real quick. Then we're going to start the members only show. I'm going to have to make another drink, and with some Zaya. Check some comments. First, we got a new member here, Matt Crockford. Welcome to the members live stream. Okay, Heather Hatley was like, it's Gates. Okay, yeah, Mojaloop's Gates. So then I believe Bill and Melinda Gates are linked up with the Ripple. So they're probably running on XRP with Mojaloop then. Pretty positive about that. Get your XLM, says Harry. Absolutely. South Africa is unbelievable. Good evening. Quick question. I haven't been able to find the members only shows the next day. Do they record? Now, this is a little tricky. Number one, you have to check your subscription to my channel. If you're a member and if YT unsubscribes you, that's illegal. So you need to inform them of that if that's what's occurring, number one. Some people aren't notified. If that occurs, if you're a paying customer and you have a subscription every month and you set your notifications to all and immediate note, and if YT decides to undo that, that's illegal. You need to inform them of that, and you need to contact a local like district attorney and file a charge. All of it's free because that's criminal behavior from YT. That's one. Number two, you have to, on your phone, if you don't see it, or your computer, you have to download the YouTube application. Once you download that, you have to remove, at the time, put your VPN, you got to turn that off, okay? These are the three things that I found where people can't find it. Then after that, either go up to the tab that says membership, and you should see it there. And if it's not there, it should be on community tab. And that's would be my best advice. All right. Okay, Kinetic says it happens to me too. So what I need you to do then, if you've done all the things that I've said, then you need to contact YouTube and file a complaint. So you go to your bottom left screen where it says feedback, send them an information that I'm paying for this service and YouTube is denying me access. Can you please fix this problem, or I will file a complaint with my local a criminal complaint with my local district attorney. Usually that'll fix the problem when they get like hundreds of people doing that. Yeah, that'll get that shit fixed. So I only find it on member tab and not community. Okay, then just go on member tab and find that in there. That's where you have my the members only programs. That's how I get to it too. All right, I'm going to end this. We're at about the 30-minute mark. I'm going to take a couple minutes here to make another rum and Coke, and then I'll start the other half of the program. We're going to go over some cool stuff. Coinbase did a power move. I'm telling you. Coinbase, hey, lobbying, bribing, whatever you want to call it, with these different kind of groups, whatever. Coinbase is going to make this happen. You have no idea. That news article is very cool. I'm very proud of Coinbase for standing up to the government, and I've got probably 3 other articles besides that, some good ones here. Croc. Nice to be here, everyone. I've been watching for a long time. Appreciate your authenticity. Nick Hamilton shows up just when I'm ready to end the program and make a drink. That's just fine. We've got about another 30 minutes or so, 45. Let me make one and I'll be right back. The other channel's setting up right now. So just give me a few minutes and I'll be right back.